last week, one of the main sort of characteristics of the town was its topography that we sort of realised. And how the town sort of adapted to sort of fit the landscape. This basically just shows the highest point, which seems to be the fields behind the school and also the National Trust area, which are represented in the yellow. So this is the town in the present day. So you can see sort of how the main road is sort of skirted around the highest point of the town, and the town sort of wrapped around its borders, which we found quite interesting. And at the beginning of the week we started looking at historic maps dating back to the 1890s, and one of the key features is the river, which you can see, and how that's changed, how the meanders have changed, and obviously the sheer size differences between the town back in the 1890s and present day. And then this is a map from the 1930s, so that's the 1900s one. So the differences between, it's quite an obvious difference with the town spreading out more towards the railway line. And then again in 1930s, there's more progression. 1960s it begins to fill in even more. 1970s it becomes almost the town as you know it today. And there's the 1980s. And present day. So obviously this is the newest development.
And last year what they want to do in Northern Quarter.
Yes, yeah.
It's like a jigsaw.
It's filling in gaps, isn't it? That's what they want to do.
Yeah.
I mean, from this we sort of just began to colour in the key features of the town, just to sort of get a better representation. So obviously the river being one of the main features, and the trunk road going through. And you can really see how it sort of skirts around that hill and its relationship with the town and its topography. And the key green spaces within the town, and sort of where they're located, which seems to be on the hilliest parts again, and the railway line. And that's showing the network of the sort of minor roads within the town. They're the three, well, the chapel, the market court and the old school, like three of the key buildings that we visited on our trip around. They're the current parking spaces. It's not a completely clear colour, or the ones that were shown to us on the day. And this is the diversion of the trunk road that we were told about, and how there's a key area of pollution there when that was changed. And that's one of the potential routes for the bypass. I think it does connect for the river, if I remember rightly, but just sort of gives an idea of how that, well, the problems that may arise through the introduction of that bypass, sort of its relationship to the topography again, and obviously the cost effects of that. I guess channeling out the actual landscape to try and create a level road. And then we basically just began to look at the key features that were brought up on the day, and well, the training station being one of them. As you said quite rightly, that's not a great way to enter the town. The conservation area was a key feature of the day, and how you wished or hoped that the football club could become part of the rugby club up in the National Trust land, and how unlikely that is at the moment. And we just highlighted as well the new development area, which, well, is shown quite clearly in the map how that would, as you said, fill in that present hole and the difference it will make with the town. And this basically just shows the difference from 1890 to a present Google satellite image. And you can really see how the river has changed over time, and the real progression of the town, and how it's expanded out into the landscape itself. So. just its topography and just the way that the town has wrapped itself around it was a key point of interest for us.
Yeah, that's good.
And the main reason for creating this is we just felt that looking at, I don't know, more traditional maps with the contour lines, it doesn't quite show as clearly as having a 3D image.
No.
Because it is flat and they can get lost within the details of the town itself. And just by bringing it into a 3D model,
Yeah.
you can really get an idea of the topography coming out rather than and separate from the town.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, if you live in Spain, you know how ready it is. Do you like you can see that?
Very effective.
It
You
is.
say
Very well done. Well,
it's
it's well done. Pretty good.
Good, yes.
It was quite a complex process. We had to sort of source a CAD map, and then we found a topography map. Then we extracted the topography lines, cut out the model using the laser cutter, and then tried to position the town accurately on the topography lines that we cut out. So it was quite a complex process.
It's great. Thank you very much.
Very good. That's
Yeah.
it.
Absolutely. Cool.
Well, thank you to all the students for showing their maps.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.